Alright folks, here we go. 2v2's Team Furries versus Team Metal. We got Dwarves on Cathay versus Beastmen and the Skaven. Pigman and TMiR have teamed up to fight off Yolo and Sunshine here. We got Ogres, we got Bestigors, Storm Vermin, Raiders, Spearmen, all that goodness. Traitorkin, Icket Claw. On the other side, the lovely Dragoness. Dragonair? I'm not sure what the proper term is. Plenty of Jade Warriors, all the metal boys and their stumpy legs. Meow Ying. Meow Ying. Skyjunk, something I don't see too often, not to prize though, but at the same time, why would you bring it against Skaven and their sharpshooters? But who knows, this is a fun game, so there's not too much thought. Looks like, yeah, a lot of infantry, a lot of positioning, very nice clear open map, so everyone can get plenty of firing, plenty of spread out cav charges, and a whole lot of fun. This is definitely a fun game. Really went back and forth here. And even after doing this replay, I still don't know who's gonna win. No surprise though, Pigman's coming out swinging, bringing in Harpies right away to try to shut down some of this artillery that's going to be a problem for the Skaven and Beastmen lines. Warblock Jezzails, the Natty Boobos, will provide plenty of great fire support into both Dwarf and Cathay lines, or into the artillery, or supporting lines, whichever TMiR decides. Wolfrat's backing up those Centaurs. Centaurs, great cav units, able to just straight up charge and destroy whatever they need, whether it's dwarf or man. Summoning some Thunderers on Onyx Crowmen to support those lines. No surprise there. Flame cannons and grand cannons. So many cannons. Skyjunk put shots to the Bestigor herd. Not great damage, really. It's only like barely 80 points. Grand cannons going straight into the Butchers of Kalkengard. Absolutely annihilating them. That plus 20% weakness to fire damage really hurts those poor guys. They need to get out of those line of sights before, I mean, it's tough. You gotta micro all this against two players. Pigman's good, but he ain't invincible. He's only a man. He's still pig, but also man. Those Kalkengards have really taken a beating. Already lost one model. I think they lost like maybe 2,000 HP so far. 1,000 or 2,000? It's hard to tell. Centaurs already charging into, Centaurs. Jade Lancers? No, Peasant Horsemen going straight into those Wolf Rats. Absolutely annihilating them. Surprised, because Chaos Warriors, I mean, it takes a lot to take down Chaos Warriors. It takes a lot of Wolf Rats to do it. The Gorble meeting the Giant Slayers. That is not, look at all those bombs, you can't even see his model. Holy shit. He's on fire, get him some water. He's down. Those Giant Slayers are going to welcome to an early grave. Ungor Raiders getting blasted by the flame cannons. It's not looking too hot. Well, it is actually looking pretty hot here for the Team Furries right now. All the value right now is with Yolo and Sunshine. TMiR and Pigman are trying to keep up, trying to shut that shit down quick, otherwise they might not be in this game for long. Gut Runners in, providing that poison support. Centaurs getting that decent charge in, but they're going to get countercharged here. Peasant Horsemen as another countercharge from another set of Centaurs, while the fire support from the Thunderers and everything else comes into play. Yeah, it's just non-stop. Countercharge, 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 gunshots, 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 cannons, cannons, cannons. It's a good day for Warhammer. Gut Runners getting countercharged here by getting charged here by these Peasant Horsemen. Rat Ogres trying to find their place in all this mess. Giant Slayers just cut through all these large targets, the Bestigors. Ooh, look at all these boys. Isn't this just beautiful? This is what Warhammer is all about. Diversity. Dwarf, man, rat, and ogre. I don't know what Beastmen really are. Just Minotaurs? Centaurs? Who knows? Probably both. All the tars in the world. Dragon Lady trying to piss off that shaman. There's just nothing but chaos going on, as one should in Battle of Chaos. Harpies somehow get into the back line. The Butchers at Kalkengar, that's the last thing you want in your back line, too. But that's Pigman for you. He will get into your backline and make sure to stay there. On the other side of the map, though, going to Yolo and Sunshine, those dwarves will not give in. Especially when you have support from those crowmen. TMiR summoning a whole lot of Skaven. Lots and lots of Skaven. And the Teeth Breakers, Rattling Gunners, ready to go into the middle of the board and start unloading lots and lots of machine gun fire. Natty Boobos, though, trying to take out that Sky Junk. Don't blame him. Although the Sky Junk really hasn't been providing that much support so far. So I don't know if that's the right call. Could be shooting into the Rune Lord. Although it is a tough target to get with all this mess. Could go for the Princess. Maybe. It's tough to say. There's a lot going on here. That Gorbel's almost dead. That poor Gorbel got forgotten and just beaten back. Centaurs are all over this map trying to find their place, put down any ranged options that they can find. And looking at the value, it's pretty even, so nothing crazy so far. And after all the mess, all the blowback is said and done, looks like a lot of units are routing. A lot of order units. The Ogre Bulls are making sure. Rat Ogres trying to make sure of that. Sorry, so many ogres. Excuse me. Here come the Gyros trying to shoo away lots of these Centaurs and Rat Ogres right now. Even the Butchers right now. But they got their work cut out for them. I think I would have liked at least maybe another Gyro, but after seeing the Harpies, it's kind of hard to say. But there's Onyx Crowman. Onyx Crowman will knock the lights out of the Harpies any day of the week, especially on the charge. Physical resistance, high melee attack, high model count. Shoot. Well, I don't know about high model count, but they are even with the Harpies in model count. I'm surprised the Sky Junk has been left alone as much as it has. Although the Natty Boobos are shooting into it, it's got a lot of health. It's taking a lot of shit to take it down. J-Lancer's coming in, should be providing some charging support, because it looks like it's coming down to Yolo's, coming down to TMiR's and Pigman's, with all these Vestigors and Raiders coming in, Centaurs on top of that. Just don't miss it. Those Rangers are just Longbeards, it's hard to tell. Ooh, looks like, yeah, Pigman's Lord has gotten beaten back. We got Plague Claw Catapults providing more support. Value is still pretty even, no surprise there. We got these many players trying to... I mean, TMiR's working with Skaven slaves. I mean, can you blame him? All he really has to do is keep throwing bodies in the front line, while his back line is really what he needs to manage. Priority targeting. It's a little harder for Pigman, because counter-charging and charging is probably a lot easier on his end, because that's all he's got to pay attention to, although he did lose his sword. Two Assassins and Naked Claw trying to mess with the lady. It's not going to be easy, though. She has a lot of healing, a lot of defense. She's no joke. Not as broken as her brother. I don't know about Wombo. Wombo would actually be terrifying, but I guess that's what the two Assassins were for in case he showed up. Teeth are trying to break through these giant slayers, but they are unbreakable, so they will break into those lines and start chopping them down these Teeth Breakers down to Chinatown. And yeah, the dust is starting to settle, and it looks like the Centaurs of each are starting to shine. After those infantry swarms, here comes the calf charges. Oh, Centaurs of each. They will run through the giant slayers since they have magic attacks. Physical resistance don't mean shit. Oh, man. In the beginning, Centaurs of each were pretty dog shit, but everyone realized Protoss shields, cycle charging, armor piercing, just beautiful. That's what Chaos Knights needed. Chaos Knights really needed some armor piercing, because man, for their price, you get a bunch of fast, heavily armed units with shields that really don't last or do that much damage. Great for taking out light and chaff, but for their price, you really want something else for that kind of speed and power. And you could always get something cheaper. I hate how a cheaper... Oh, Warp Gale on the Yao Ying. Natty Boop, or Rattling Gunner's just unloading into him. Luckily, the Onyx Crowmen were there to provide that support before she got shot to smithereens. Get her out of there. But yeah, as I was saying, Centaurs being 700 will do just as much value, if not more, than Chaos Knights, which is pretty dumb in my opinion. How a 1400 unit can get outvalued by 1050 or even 700 value unit. Even 800 if you go with the Great Weapon Centaurs, which you really don't need to do. So yeah, it's pretty sad. Sad but true. Looks like the value is tipping slightly over to Team Furry. Those Centaur charges are starting to hurt the Dwarf player. Starting to hurt Yolo pretty hard. I mean, Dwarf's weakness has always been charges from Cav and Chariots. More so Cav, just how many models you can get into them. Although the Flame Cannons are providing enough support. But they can't survive the support of their own getting charged by these Centaurs. Ooh, even though the throwing axes, they don't have as much. Ooh, they're still pretty good. Their charge is alright, their melee attack's decent, but man, I'm surprised they did that much damage. I mean, the flame cannons, I'm not surprised. But the Longbeards? Or no, those are Dwarf Warriors. The Dwarf Warriors, though? Damn. I mean, they only lost a model, but that's a lot of health for one charge. And then to have throwing axes thrown in there, and then those Thunders about to get it in the rear. Yeah, just bouncing back inside the spawn with charge after charge just hurts. Not only from the damage, but also just slowing down units. Although they're only Skaven slaves or clan rats on the objective, I think those dwarf miners might be able to take that. If these boys aren't paying attention, Team Furries needs to pay attention. But it looks like they're doing alright. They are down in points, but they're not that far off. These seasoned players know what they're doing, so they don't need me to tell them what to do. Oh, what a bloodbath. Luckily, the Dwarf Rune Lord is still by Miao Ying, providing the rune support. Yeah, those Centaurs, just such a pain. There's not a great way besides Jade Lancers. Maybe Onyx Crowmen to also deal with them. It's tough, it's tough. Anytime these boys want to drop some ranged fire support, it's tough because, yeah, just Centaurs all over the map. Just charge, charge, charge. Backline, backline. Plague Claws are just going unrelenting. And there they are. No, they needed to charge them. Oh, they're going to get surrounded, these poor, poor peasants. I mean, they're great distractions right now as the Crowmen jump on those Plague Claws. Although they are getting harassed by clan rats, I want to say. Maybe they're Stormvermin, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell from this angle. The Centaurs is each, man. How much value? Already paid for themselves. I don't know if this is their... This is probably their first summoning. Those Protoss shields are just so strong. Man, that hurts. I need to master how to use those things, because, man, they can rack up some value real nice. Real quick, too. Just countercharge, bring them out. Countercharge, bring them out. That's a one weakness I have that I need to start paying attention to. It's just getting some countercharges to the right units. It's hard, man. It's hard. It's really rough. And here come more Centaurs into the back line of those arrows. I think those aren't quarters. Those must be the ROR. Peasant bowmen. They're about to get bowed. They're about to be peasants of their own. Jade Lancers? Yeah, it looks like Jade Lancers. I can tell there's some sort of metal on them. Yeah, Centaurs are doing insane damage right now. Just keeping them honest. TMiR forgot about his Rat Ogres that could be helping out right now. He's always forgetting something, but he's doing well, so it's not the worst. And they are recapturing the side objective. Only down a couple hundred, not even 100 points. So this could hurt them pretty hard. They are down 2,000 points right now as TMiR catches up in value. Good job, TMiR. He was down quite a bit, but now he's back. He's back and ready to run. These Centaurs, oh, they're just the bane of this army right now. Just Pigman just being an asshole. This Centaurs are now, this second set of Centaurs are now paid for themselves. Jeez, need to get out of there before those Crowmen jump on them. That's the last thing you want. No, they're not going to jump. Oh, that would have been a perfect time to do a rear counter charge. Flame cannons into pit fighters. I don't know about that, but Those Centaurs in the back line, though, could have used the flame cannon, but friendly fire would be a problem, I guess. They're gonna chew through those miners, no problem. Poor dwarves. Poor Yolo. Poor Team Metal. Yeah, they just don't have any good answers to the Centaurs as each. I mean, being a cheap cav unit with armor piercing and protoss shield, it's just so brutal. So brutal. They're so good. Honestly. What could you do against them? What can you do? Yeah, because I guess the idea is you bring in Centaurs or even Razor Gore Herd. Honestly, I think Razor Gore Herd have been replaced by Centaurs of Zeech because of the Protoss shields alone. Because you could cycle in Centaurs, then Centaurs of Zeech right after, just one cycle after another, until the Protoss shields from the Centaurs of Zeech come back, and just bam, bam, bam. As your front line tries to hold, and you just keep sending in one after another. That can be brutal. You do need a solid front line that you know will last if you want to get that shit going. Ooh, organ guns providing great defensive firing support. Definitely will rip through those lines of Centaurs of Zeech. Eddie Boobo is now resummoned on the other side, taking out those Lancers. Ooh, Harpies jumping on the bends of Silver Row. Peasant Archers getting shit on. And that's the last thing they need right now. Because there is a lot of units over here. Teeth Breakers, Ikit, Assassins, already. Even the Bray Shaman's back. Yeah, there's nothing really here at the home objective. That's a problem. I think there's a lot of units summoned on the other side. To be fair, though, it's 30 units to 20. Team Furries has the numbers advantage and apparently the value and the points soon. Look at that. They're taking the lead. Bombs going into those Centaurs as each, although the friendly fire is there. It's not as worse. It's not as bad as it could have been. Andy Boobo shooting away all those crows. They could retake the second objective, but can they hold their home? Is the question. Rat ogres, lots of pointy sticks on those clan rats, or maybe Skaven slaves, and Ungor spearmen. Oh man, what's the value? Yeah, and they definitely pay for themselves. They're still on their first life too. Jeez, almost doubled in value. A few more charges and they probably could do it. It looks like they're losing the homage right there. We're gonna see a triple cap, folks. 31 units to 21 right now. Although a lot of the furry units aren't being used, the ones that are terrifying right now and chewing off a lot of these units on the home objective, Team Metal. Here come the Crowmen, trying to help out against these gutters. Harpies will provide the countercharge and the support they need. Centaur's coming back to provide those charges. I don't know about having the Queen here. Now, is a nice terror bomb, but with that triple cap, that's going to be it, folks. The time is just too short. That's going to be GG's. GG's to everyone. Yolo, Sun, Pigman, and TMiR. Man, that was a good fight. Ray Shaman paid for itself. No surprise there. Butchers, unfortunate. And same with the Gore. That poor Gore Bull got knocked out so fast. It did its work, I guess. But those Centaurs as each, man, they impressed me this game. They're just a terror, man. All the Centaurs, just constant charging, providing all the annoyances. Man, they were good. Ugh. Not to say Team Metal didn't have their shining moments. Those Giant Slayers were flame cannons. Meow was providing plenty of terror bombs. Miners got a lot of good charges on their bombs. Ikit got his value. Natty Boobo's no surprise. Although, that was their second life, though. But the Assassins were, they were there to do what they were supposed to do in case Wombo showed up. Or even the Iron Dragon. So it was all good in the end. All good in the end. I don't know what everyone could have done differently. I mean, the rosters between two factions, it's just so vast, it's hard to tell what you're going to need for who's going to play what. It could have definitely went the other way, I guess. Especially if someone would have went Lore of Metal. I don't know. I don't know if Flora Metal would have been ideal. Comet could have hurt a lot. It's just trying to murder those Centigores just hurts. Maybe a bunch of organ guns. Who knows? Who knows? Alright, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one. I know I did. And hopefully you did. If you did, please like, sub, follow me here on YouTube. We're on the road to 1,000. Maybe you can jump in, play some 2v2s with us here at the community. Jump on the Discord here. Down in the description, there will be a link to it. Alright, folks. With all that said, y'all have a good one. Peace and goodbye for now.